All right. There is an audience participation component to this song. If you need to, would you love to join us? The lyrics are Badia. Can you say Badia? Perfect. We're ready. All right. One, two, three, and. The 21st night of September, love was changing the minds of pretenders while chasing the clouds away. Our hearts were ringing in the key that our souls were singing as we danced in the night. Remember how the stars stole the night away.
Say, do you remember Badia? Dancing in September, Badia. Never was a cloudy day. Ba-doo, 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 ba-doo. My thoughts are with you, holding hands with my heart to see you. Only blue talking love, remember how we knew love was here to stay. Now December found the love we shared in September. Only blue talking love, remember the true love we shared today. Do you remember Badia? Dancing in September, Badia. Never was a cloudy day. Badia, say, do you remember Badia? Dancing in September, Badia. Never was a cloudy day. And we'll say Badia.
Very white. Morning, everyone. Only 12 more days to sing that song. I'm glad everybody's here. Got a nice looking crowd. I was walking the Labyrinth today, and I don't know if anybody noticed if you've been out there. In the week that I was gone, back in the far, there's like 4 angels in the back circle, sort of closest to the back of the lot. And there's this huge tree that has grown in about a week and a half with these giant yellow buds on them. And I don't know what they are. Maybe Mary will be able to tell me, or somebody. I, of course, wanted to eat one of them. And I didn't, but I will if somebody tells me that that's edible. Anyway, it's just amazing that it grew. It's sort of in the path. You have to kind of walk around it. So if somebody knows that, let me know what that is. I'd appreciate it. I was gone for a week in some friends ran a beach house in coastal Carolina and was pretending I was wealthy for a week. It was great, actually. I don't know if this has happened to you. I was talking about it with Terry before in rehearsal. You have these habits that they're kind of your story, but they sort of got kind of sucky over a while time. Like meditation is one for me. I started meditating with some regularity about 3 years ago, and it's just sort of gotten flabby, and I've sort of mismatched. So I spent a lot of time at the beach meditating. and the waves up there are constant. It's not like the waves here in the Gulf. It's a constant noise. And what it was, I was outside, and I was able to, you sort of have that white noise that fills your space. And I kind of got that back. There's a couple other things I want to get back that they're still part of my story, like exercise, going to the gym. They are part of my story, but I'm not doing them. I pay $50 to drive by the Y every day. Anyway, it's gonna change, and the point of all that is the chance to. I looked at the week as a reboot for me, and just to sort of relax, take a couple of deep breaths, and recharge. And it's a healthy thing to be able to do. I hope you all can do that whenever possible. I have a habit, a discipline. I have a spiritual advisor. We get together every Sunday morning early and speak, and we talk about things. And he told me about it was something I don't know if he wrote it down, if this actually comes from him, but it talks about gratitude, and that when you thank someone, it changes the chemistry in your it changes your physical brain chemistry. And the person that you thank, their brain chemistry changes too, just as if they were thanking someone. And I've had this habit. This is another habit that I've kind of let go. What I do is I try to start my day the night before. Before I go to sleep, I sort of review my day and figure where I need to tweak some things. And I have this practice where I wake up. I've trained myself when I wake up before the gerbils like get in the wheel and start spinning around, I feel gratitude. And that's been missing out of my life recently, and I kind of got that one back this week. So, being grateful is a good thing, and I'm going to say thank you. Thank each and every one of you for being here, and I hope it changes your brain chemistry like it changes mine. So that's my 2 minutes for today. Let's do a little Spirit is in this place and be grateful to be able to sing.
Good morning, beloved ones. Welcome, welcome to Unity of Venice. I'm Reverend Robin Ryder, your senior minister, just still levitating, having returned from a week at our world headquarters, Unity Village, with our spiritual care team. Bringing back all the good, magnificent unity vibes and love. So glad to be back here with all of you. Good morning, online family. So glad you've joined us in that form. And I want to welcome back in the house Diane Van and Sudie Van Deen. It's good to see y'all again. Looking magnificent. And I also want to extend a special welcome. If you're here in Sunday celebration for the very first time, Tom would like to bring you a packet of information about the church. So you just need to pop up a hand so he can find you real quick. Just let you know a little bit about Unity, and there's a little name tag on there for you and a coupon for a free gift in the bookstore. Just pop that hand up if it's your first time. Okay, he's coming around. Just keep it up for just a moment so Tom can find you. Thank you for that. Welcome. We're so glad that you came to visit us at Unity this morning, and welcome back. So I don't have a song this morning because it's Name Tag Sunday! It's Name Tag Sunday. I told you it was coming before the end of September, and here we are. A wonderful gift you give to one another and to me is to wear your name tag so that we can call you by name and know you as family. So today's special gift for those who have worn their name tag, and on your welcome packet there is a name tag there, so slap that baby on so you get a prize too. You are going to be getting a special little gift. You know, the Unity's 12 spiritual powers are very important to us here at Unity of Venice. This is a divine gift of inspiration and a spiritual tool. So you are going to be getting a power pod, which is one of these fun little containers, inside of which, color-coded to the colors of each 12 power, is a copy of the affirmation for that power that is carved out in the 12 powers garden. And so at any point you can reach in and you can see, let's see what Spirit has. See, I'm not going to look because I know what the colors mean. So I'm just going to reach and see what Spirit has in mind for me today. I got the power of release. I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. Oh Spirit, oh Spirit, oh Spirit, you're a hoot. All right, so if you are wearing a name tag of any kind, whether it's your Unity name tag or a stick-on name tag or one from another place, I want you to stand on up so we can find you once you've been given your gift. Have a seat. And Kevin, can I ask you to assist on this side of the sanctuary? Would you help distribute? Thank you. Jay, will you help distribute on that side? So once you've received your gift, if you'll take a seat, this is good, folks. If you do not already have a wonderful magnetic Unity name tag, you can pick one up in our bookstore. You can order that. We'll have it for you next Sunday. But this is just a way that we are family and connected with one another, that we can call each other by name. So you've gotten yourself a little power pod. And I don't think we're going to run out. Once you get past to the back of the room, you can bring them back up front. We'll make sure the music team and the team up here on the platform get them. Oh, we'll get you, Cindy. I see you've got your name tag on. We'll get you covered in a minute. We could market these. We may have these for sale in the bookstore, right, at a later date. And just know there's a whole lot of love for me and my household, because those are all hand printed, cut, folded, and assorted into those little containers by myself and my Linda. All right, and then if you'll just bring the baskets back up front, we've got music team. We'll make sure to get you guys in the tech loft. I know I can see some up here, and the ones on the stage behind me. Oh, did you empty out? All right, I think we hopefully have a few more in Ann's basket. And if not, I'll bring a few extras next week to cover anybody that we didn't get. All right, there we go. Thank you. One here. I see Karen's got hers. All right, Lisa's got hers. And Jamie. All right. So there will be at least one more name tag Sunday before the year is out. Won't give you any more hints about that, but keep an eye out. And again, if you don't already have one of those tags, visit the bookstore. You can order it for $10, and you can help us call you by name because we are a Unity family and community here. And it's helpful to know the names of the people in your family, wouldn't you say? It's generally helpful. So thank you for that. I want to acknowledge our beautiful altar flowers put together by our flower team. Today they have been sponsored by Susan Riley to say happy birthday, Terry. Where is he? There we go. Terry, do we get to know the number? It starts with a 7? All right, that's awesome. Happiest of birthdays and many, many more. Many, many more. All right, we've taken care of that business. And this is God's time, so let's go within, into the heart of hearts, to that secret place that our beloved master teacher Jesus spoke of. Sweet Spirit, we set aside all else but you. We know that you are divinely directing this morning's time together. You exist in and as each heart and each person here in the room and watching us online. We are one in God and one with each other. We are grateful, we are blessed, and we acknowledge God's constant presence by together affirming our Unity Foundation statement. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Amen. Music team.
This is a golden oldie from Wings of Song. It's number 195, and it's called Life is for Living. And we're going to give it a little music team treatment. Is that fair enough? 2 bars for nothing. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Is for living. Whatever you will live for, you will give. Life is for giving. Whatever you will give for, to life will live. Life is for doing, for living, giving, doing, learning. Life is for you, and life is for me. Life is for living now. Life is for living. Whatever you will love, enough is yours. Life is for sharing. Whatever you will share with others grows. Life is for being a loving being, sharing, learning how. Life is for you, and life is for me. Life is for living now. Life is for you, and life is for me. Life is worth living now.
Good morning, I'm Karen Gallagher, and the daily word is thoughtful. My kind thoughts and deeds are a blessing. Today I bring the love and peace of God to all of my encounters by being thoughtful. More than politeness and deeper than kindness, thoughtfulness means I consider the comfort and happiness of others equal to my own. My intention is to let those in my life know what they mean to me. I may reach out to someone who needs an encouraging word, letting them know they have what it takes to succeed. I may surprise someone with a kind act, anticipating a need and taking care of something for them before they have to ask. Each thoughtful word and act lets those in my life know how important they are to me and how worthy they are of my time and attention. Do not neglect to do good and to share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God. Hebrews 13:16.
This morning's Unity Essential Reading, Unity Treasure, comes from our poet laureate, James Dillett Freeman, author of The Prayer for Protection. It's called Rivers Hardly Ever. Rivers hardly ever run in a straight line. Rivers are willing to take 10,000 meanders and enjoy every one and grow from every one. When they leave a meander, they are always more than when they entered it. When rivers meet an obstacle, they do not try to run over it. They merely go around, but they always get to the other side. Rivers accept things as they are. They conform to the shape they find the world in. Yet nothing changes things more than rivers. Rivers move even mountains into the sea. Rivers are hardly ever in a hurry. Yet is there anything more likely to reach the point it sets out for than a river? Rivers hardly ever, James Dillett Freeman.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
You are the face of
You
God.
are the face of God.
I hold you in my
I
heart.
hold you in my heart.
You are a part
You
of me.
are a part of me.
You are the face
You
of
are
God.
the face of God.
You are the face
You
of
are
God.
the face of God.
I hold you in my
I hold you in my heart.
You are a part
You
of me.
are a part of me.
You are the face
You
of God.
You
You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
You are a part of
me.
You are the face of God.
Good morning. My name is Jewel Kachera, and I'm part of the spiritual care team here at Unity Venice. And it is a pleasure to be standing in for Michael Lindquist. We send blessings to he and Deborah. And of course, the spiritual care team that has returned from Unity Village. Remarkable experience. And so the theme of the meditation this morning is holding the high watch. And the beautiful picture in my mind, as was there at Unity Village, is the picture of a lighthouse with many rays of light moving in every direction. So I invite you now to sit comfortably in your chair, and if it feels comfortable, close your eyes and breathe into this sacred now moment. Breathing in love, exhale gratitude. Breathing in love, exhaling gratitude. Holding the high watch. Non-judgment, courage, strength, knowledge, love. In the depths of our hearts, envisioning the lighthouse, traveling the spiral staircase, one step at a time. Breathing in love, exhaling gratitude. And as you continue to ascend the spiral staircase, breathing in love, exhaling gratitude. Moving up the staircase, finally up to the top, where you can see in every direction, though some of the panes of glass are perhaps clouded. You turn in the other direction and you notice this pane of glass is very crystal clear. You can see the rays of the sun, the warmth shining upon your face. You slowly turn, and now there are clouds. The panes are either clouded or there are clouds beyond the glass. Breathing in love, exhaling gratitude, sending out that love, holding the high watch for you, your family, friends and neighbors, our beloved Unity Venice, all the Unity churches in this country and beyond, in all countries. Let us hold the high watch in the silence, in the silence. Bringing yourself back gently, envisioning the ripples of the water, calming, calming your mind, bringing you back into this space and time with such gratitude. Being reminded, every single one of us, to hold the high watch. And so it is. Amen.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Thank you, team. Thank you, Jewel. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, holding that high watch. Take a breath. Felt like I needed one. Got to be at least one more person in the room. So there was a man in a small town, and his craft and his skill was as a painter, a house painter. And he was well sought after because he did such excellent work. He was known for high quality work and really was the best anybody knew in town. And word started to get out, and we know in Venice, small town, word gets out, right? Word travels fast, which in the case of trying to grow a business and a good reputation is a great thing. So he started getting lots of calls, lots of bookings, lots of jobs. And he got to the point where there was just one right after the other, where they were even stacked up, and he was trying to do 3 or 4 jobs at the same time, running back and forth from house to house. And he started to get a little concerned, and he was thinking, he was a one-man show, he did the job by himself, and he's trying to figure out what might be a way he could get it done quicker. And maybe even cheaper. So he got this great idea, air quotes on the great idea, that he would begin to thin out the paint with a little bit of turpentine. It went on a whole lot quicker, and of course, the job was a whole lot cheaper. Well, he was zooming himself from job to job and house to house, and shoo, 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 up that paint would go, and the quality of the work had kind of slipped a bit, but people didn't really seem to mind. This was the guy, this was the painter guy, so they almost didn't dare say anything. And then he got called by one of the local churches to paint the entire exterior of the church, all the way up to the top of the steeple. Well, this was a big deal. He knew this was a coup, this was a big thing. And as he was getting himself ready for the job, and he's standing out on the grounds and looking up at this massive structure, he paused for just a minute, thinking, I really do need to do a good job on this one. And then that moment of common sense fell away. Because he thought about all the other jobs he had lined up behind this one that was going to take him a while as it was. So there, as he prepped his paint, he poured in his turpentine, and he thinned it out. Well, he worked and worked all the day long and got up to the top of that steeple and got everything and was just about in the final stages of painting, and he's up on this scaffold, and suddenly the skies open up. And this dark cloud hangs over the church, and thunder and lightning begins to clap. And he's shaken, and off the scaffold he falls. Manages to land somehow safely. He's laying there, being drenched, laying in a puddle of mud, and he has a moment of clarity. Dear Lord, I know this was you, and I'm so sorry, Lord. Lord, can you forgive me? Can you please forgive me? What shall I do, Lord, to make amends for what I've done? And up from the sky comes a booming voice. You're going to love this. And the Lord says, repaint! Repaint! And thin no more. Did you see it coming? You know, when we get too busy, our judgment gets clouded a bit, doesn't it? When we get too much going on, we can't really give the fullness of ourselves to any one thing. We can't give our presence to any one thing. So the many things we may be trying to do quickly, we don't end up doing any of them well. Can I get an amen on that? I've said before that this idea of multitasking, the idea of multitasking is a huge, huge lie. Because it is literally impossible to give the fullness of your focus to more than one thing at a time. Amen it. So when we get too busy, we get pulled. We get frazzled. And we're bringing less of ourselves to everything that we do. Less and less and less of ourselves. This topic has been really present for me lately. I've been working personally with this book by Wayne Muller called The Sabbath. It's a book that's nearly 25 years old. And he talks about restoring the rhythm of rest. Remember the gift we used to get back in nursery school and kindergarten? Nap time. And Lordy, didn't we fuss. I cannot tell you how much I wish that someone would come up to me at about 1 o'clock every day and take whatever I have in my hands out of my hands and walk me over to a mat with a pillow and a blanket on it and say, you stay right here until you have taken your nap. The rhythm of rest. It's built into us. It's built into nature. It's built into all things, that there are pauses built into all things. There's the shift and the pause between the night and the new day. There's a pause between our breath. You know, we don't want to go, we want to breathe in and pause, let out, breathe in and pause. That space that we create when we're in the rhythm, in alignment with the tides, in alignment with the seasons. Oh, I know what you're thinking. We live in Venice, Florida. We do not have seasons. But we do. We have snowbird season. We have lovebug season. We have hurricane season, and we have football season. We have seasons here in Venice. So there is this rhythm all of life requires. And here's what Wayne Muller says. We have lost this essential rhythm. Our culture invariably supposes that action and accomplishment are better than rest, and that doing something, anything, is better than doing nothing. And because of our desire to succeed, to meet these ever-growing expectations, we do not rest. And because we do not rest, we lose our way. We miss the quiet that would give us wisdom, the joy and love born of effortless delight. Poisoned by this hypnotic belief that good things come only through unceasing determination and tireless effort, we can never truly rest. And for want of rest, our lives are in danger. For want of rest, our lives are in danger. In the Chinese language, if you've ever seen the written language of Chinese, they do not use the alphabet that we use. They use symbols, little images and pictographs. And sometimes a concept is so evolved that it requires several symbols put together to express what that concept means. So I pulled this up so we can all look at it. The Chinese pictograph that means busy is comprised of the two symbols, one that means heart and the other death. Heart, death. Take a deep breath on that one. The power of rest, the power of stepping back, the power of taking a deep breath to refill, refresh, and renew. Our master teacher, Jesus, taught it countless times. I looked it up this week, and there's so many places when it says he went away by himself to a quiet place. He went away to pray. He stepped away. He took a moment. That's how he did that mighty work that was his to do. Have you ever had the phenomenon? We just had this happen in our house not long ago, trying to put something on to watch TV, and we kept getting this weird error message. And it was something about you need new equipment, or you need to recharge it, or you need to this, or you need to that. And I tried 27 different things on that menu, and I tried all the different things, and then I went to the foolproof method. I walked around behind it, and I unplugged it. I unplugged the TV from its power source, and I unplugged the cable box from its power source. And I went on about my evening for about a half an hour. And I went back, and I plugged both things back in. Ah! Magically, they were fixed. Have you had this experience? Can you amen it? You unplug something, just give it a minute. Just unplug it and just give it a minute. And I think there's extraordinary and powerful spiritual wisdom in that idea. Because if the same thing can work on a TV, how much can the same thing work on me? To just go, maybe I just need to unplug for a minute. Give myself a chance. Step away a little while, as Jesus said. So I've been in this space for a little while. That image we looked at a minute ago. I've been in a space of busyness, and I've been in a space of doing, and I've been in a space of achieving and accomplishing. And I've been at that business real hard. Because I think to myself, and I tell myself, I have a very, very important job. And I got to make sure I do my job. And I got to make sure I do it really well every single Sunday. Right? Yeah. Y'all know how important that is, right? That I got to get up here and do my job, and I got to do it well every single Sunday. So I get into that. And I've been here serving at this church for 10 years now. And for all but 2 of those years, I did this mighty work side by side with a great tower of unity consciousness and unity principles that was my mother, Reverend Patricia Ryder. We did this work together. And whether we were standing up here together, or she was up here and I was out there, or I was up here and she was out there, we were sounding boards, we shared ideas, we had each other's back, we did all of that. We did this work together in one form or another, right up until August 1st of 2020, when she suffered a massive stroke. And since that time, I've been doing this work by myself. And I've been holding on to I got to make sure I do it, and I got to make sure I do it really well, and I got to get up there, and I got to give everything I have every single Sunday. And of late, it has gotten to the point where it's become quite a lot for me. And where it's become a little bit, on some days, almost seemingly too big. And so I've been in prayer about that. And what do I do about that? Because we don't have in our budget to hire another minister, and what does that look like to try to figure out, how exactly would I go about unplugging myself for a little while so that I can come back and start working again? What might that look like? Because I will tell you, before I tell you the answer Spirit gave me, and I promise you the answer Spirit gave me is better than where I wanted to go first. Has anybody else had that experience? Our knee-jerk reaction to discomfort and uncertainty and struggle is we go into a knee-jerk, and then if we just breathe through that, Spirit's going to take us a new direction. Because about 3 months ago after church, I was sitting having lunch with Linda, and I burst into tears that I couldn't stop. And I said, maybe I just need to be done, and maybe I just need to retire right now, because I don't think I can do it anymore. And Spirit went, hold on, take a breath. I invite you all to take a breath. I promise you the answer Spirit took me to is a better answer than that. But I began to pray and say, what can I do? Because I've been pouring from a very empty cup for a long time. And I've managed to do it. Spirit and I have managed to do it. But it's taken everything I have. And that's not okay. And so what came to me in my prayer with many discussions with trusted prayer partners and colleagues and members of Unity Worldwide Ministries is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my long overdue, because it's the first time in 20 years of this work, spiritual renewal sabbatical. I'm going to unplug myself. I'm going to unplug myself, and I'm going to take a deep breath. I want you to take a deep breath. Not long ago, I believe it was actually relatively adjacent to when I had my initial sort of meltdown, as it were, Jewel did a truth teaching by our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore. It may be, blessed friend, that you have been overtaxing that body of yours by giving forth more than you have taken time and quietness to receive. In my own experience, I find that it is always best to listen and obey when I receive the hint to take things easier. And at times when I've disregarded the hint, I've received the kick also. So I'm going to listen to the hint before I get the kick. So a sabbatical is a time off. It is a time, in this book, Wayne Muller, sabbatical comes from the same root as Sabbath, and it's a time of effortless, nourishing rest. Oh, I just tell you how much I want to melt into those words. Effortless, nourishing rest. Now, research shows that ministers should take a sabbatical once every 7 years. I've been in ministry for 20 and have never taken one. However, and this was revealed after this decision was made, as of October of this year, I will have been serving as the senior minister of this church for 7 years. October of 2015. Can we say divine order and divine idea at work? That same research recommends that sabbaticals last 3 to 6 months. Take a breath. I am not doing that. When I prayed about the time frame, I did not have to go any further than to Scripture. I did not have to go any further than to the great masters and the great teachers. The length of my sabbatical will be 40 days, which spans just a shade under 6 weeks. And it begins on October 1st. So it will be through the course of the month of October, plus one Sunday in November. So again, take a breath. And let me get you through some of the details. Because I want to back up real quick. You know that thing, how many of you have ever flown on a commercial airline? And you are given instructions at the beginning of that flight, all very, very important instructions. And one of the big instructions tells you what's going to happen if the cabin pressure happens to drop, that there is going to be an oxygen mask that drops from the top of the airplane right in front of you. And what do they tell you to do about that oxygen mask? Put your own mask on first. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is putting my mask on, filling my cup, unplugging me. So first of all, what does this look like for you, for here? Now, if you have any sort of thoughts of Armageddon, if you have any sort of thoughts that your entire church home is about to disintegrate into rubble, I want you to just breathe through that, and I want you to pray through that, and I want you to trust God here. Because do you think the extraordinary spirit of wisdom that activates in and through all of us, do you think that spirit of wisdom would direct me to an action that would destroy this church? Absolutely not. So what that's going to look like here, as I said, I will be away for 6 Sundays, a total of 40 days. The first Sunday of November is a Sunday that I already had planned to be away. I planned it many, many months ago, long before I had my sabbatical scheduled, because that Sunday is November the 6th, and that date is the 2-year anniversary of my mother's passing. And so I knew I was not going to be in an energetic space to be here and serving and ministering during that time. So that one was already covered, so we moved to the month of October. And I will tell you that for me, one of the most important pieces of this was to ensure to the highest of my ability that this ministry would be spiritually nurtured, inspired, and lovingly cared for in my absence. I did not take lightly the decision about who would stand in this place during that time. And so what would be happening for the entire month of October is we are bringing in a minister in residence. You have not met her before, but I have known her for 17 years. She is my dear friend and colleague, Reverend Elizabeth Longo. We have a picture of her so that you can get a little mental image. Reverend Elizabeth has served in Unity in many different contexts and many different churches. And most recently, in the last 5 years, she was trained by Unity Ministries to step into churches during a space where they did not have a minister for one reason or another, whether that be retired, whether that be medical leave of absence, sabbatical, etc. So she has understanding of this idea. And I want to tell you, she and I have had multiple meetings by Zoom and phone, and she's so excited because you know what she said to me? Because she travels and she goes to different churches. She said, I can't wait to be part of a community. And I said, oh, honey, you have no idea. And I told her about our gardens. Mary, she's so excited about the garden. She said, oh, you have a labyrinth? I said, you have no idea. And I told her about God's Cafe's lunch, and she can't wait to go over there and fill her plate and visit with all of you. So she will be here for all of the Sundays in October, blessing you during the service, working with the members of the spiritual care team. She's also going to teach a 4-week class on Thursday nights, beginning Thursday the 6th, called Mastering the Art of Presence, giving you some powerful spiritual tools. There'll be more details coming out about that. She will be available in our office for spiritual counseling. She's also a trained coach, so she will be here one-on-one to serve you, and she's going to be immersed. She's going to be staying in the Venice area. She's based out of Miami. She'll be staying here and immersing herself into this community for the entire month of October. She is very excited. She's asked me lots of questions about who we are as a community and what you love and what resonates with you, and so she's very interested in ensuring that she gives you something that will speak to your heart on Sundays and otherwise. And I believe, and I know you'll miss me, and it's okay to miss me, but this is one of those things that probably by about week 2, you'll be like, okay, you keep coming back. Reverend Robin, take as long as you need. So she's going to be here to spiritually nurture you. And I will not be physically present, and know that the key to a sabbatical, I went on vacation at the beginning of August. There was 2 Sundays I was gone in a row, and I went for Linda and I's anniversary and for my baby great niece's 2nd birthday. And while I was away for that week on vacation, I fielded about 75 phone calls, text messages, and emails from church. For sabbatical to be effective, that cannot and will not happen. I will be completely and entirely out of communication with the church and everything and everyone to do with the church. I will not be watching online. I will not be coming to this property. I will be disengaging. And maybe some of the scariest news, Linda goes with me, and she won't be here either for those 6 weeks. Because, if she's here, then y'all will want to kind of like, will you just tell Reverend Robin just this one thing? And so we'll be pulling away energetically. And so I won't be here for those 6 weeks. But do you know what's going to be happening for those 6 weeks? Do you know what will not change? Is you're going to come in here into this room on Sunday mornings. You're going to tune in on your device from where you are on Sunday mornings. And you are going to be blessed and inspired. You are going to hear phenomenal, awesome music from our team. You're going to walk over there and you're going to have an amazing lunch with God's Cafe team. You're gonna go into our bookstore, which is so cute with Halloween decorations and getting ready for Christmas, and you're gonna shop there, and you're gonna have your fellowship and your community and your connections. You know what isn't going away? The unity principles on which the Fillmores built this movement. What isn't going away is the consciousness of love and service on which this church was built 54 years ago. That all remains. The community, the fellowship, the connections, those extraordinary grounds out there that the weather's getting even more and more beautiful every day to be out there and enjoying. Every bit of your community will be here, and you'll hear during announcements there's more really cool things that are going to be happening, special classes and social things and gatherings. So your time as a church family will carry on wonderfully, magnificently, powerfully, inspired and beautifully. And then I will return. Rising up, resurrected, fully present, open-hearted, and back to my joy again. Back to my truth and myself again. And I thank you all for giving me the gift of doing this. I know it may feel not easy and it may feel scary, but we need this. Because if I need it, we need it. And God and I are going to be together during that time. And what exactly it's going to look like for me, I don't have every minute planned, because that would kind of miss the point of a sabbatical. Little bit of change of scenery, some time on my own on spiritual retreat. But it will be that effortless, nourishing rest. I've got some jigsaw puzzles picked out. And my cats and their snuggles are calling me. And my garden is calling me. And Spirit is calling me. I've been praying for an answer, truly now for about 6 months. On the grounds at Unity Village, on the spot where my mother ordained me 20 years ago, is a copy of this poem written by Lowell Fillmore, the son of Charles and Myrtle. When for a purpose I had prayed and prayed and prayed, until my words seemed worn and bare with arduous use, and I had knocked and asked and knocked and asked again, and all my fervor and persistence brought no hope, I paused to give my brain a rest. I ceased my anxious human cry. And in that still moment when self had tried and failed, there came a glorious vision of God's power. And lo, my prayer was answered in that hour. I will be here next Sunday. I will be here at the church and in the office for the next 2 weeks preparing things. and then I'm going to unplug. And I'm going to give us all to God. And I'm going to trust extraordinary healing, transformation, and growth will happen for each of us individually and for this ministry. And come early November, we rise and we go forward in the glory of who we are meant to be. But the connection that we share, the heart of hearts that we are together, cannot be broken by any time or 40 days or space. We are one, and I love you all deeply, and I thank you for this gift. Namaste.
This is what I know. We are all connected. The universe reflected in each shining part. And everywhere I go, I recognize the faces. All of my relations in this one heart. All I need is already looking through these eyes. Nearer than my breathing, closer than hands and feet. We are dreaming together all the gifts of heaven and earth. And so I receive all I can be. This is what I know. We are all connected. The universe reflected in each shining part. And everywhere I go, I recognize the faces. All of my relations in this one heart. And all I need is already looking through these eyes. Nearer than my breathing, closer than hands and feet. We are dreaming together all the gifts of heaven and earth. And so I receive all I can be. Now I let it go with such appreciation, the sheer exhilaration. Now I set it free. So it is, and so be it. When I sing it, I can see it. I welcome us in, and now we begin. Amen, 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 amen.
Ooh, straight from the heart. Oh my gosh. I'm grateful that she's going to get to go away and rest. Love you, love you, love you so much. Okay. Oh, will the ushers please come forward? Now is the time in our service where we can joyously support our church with our tithes and offerings. For those of you who are joining us for the first time today, please know that your presence is your gift to us. If you filled out the information card on the front of the welcome packet, please drop that in the offering basket as it passes by. I now invite you to take your gift in your hands and let us join in the offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and I am blessed. Amen.
Something stirring, I can feel it. It's got a hold on me. I know that change is coming. I feel the Spirit moving inside of me. Moving inside of me. Moving inside of me, lifting me to higher highs, setting my heart free, and I know there's no turning back now. I feel the Spirit moving inside of me. The winds of change are blowing, and I'm dancing with my dreams. Inspirations flowing, I feel the Spirit moving inside of me. Moving inside of me. Moving inside of me, lifting me to higher highs, setting my heart free, and I know there's no turning back now. I feel the Spirit moving inside of me.
Moving, 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 moving,
Moving inside of me.
moving, moving,
Moving inside of me.
moving,
I can feel it.
moving,
I can feel it.
moving,
I can feel it.
moving,
And it feels real
moving.
good. And I know there's no turning back now. I feel the Spirit moving inside of me. I feel the Spirit moving inside of me.
Ooh, thank you, team. Magnificent, magnificent. Thank you. Well, let's take a moment in that consciousness of abundance, abundance that takes so many forms of love, light, connection, spirit, joy, and presence. And we see that abundance moving in and through this ministry as your wonderfully and joyously given gifts supporting the mighty work we are here to do. So now that we have given, let's open our hands. Follow me, open our hands and hearts, and we know good is coming right back to us. Heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. For that's the law, and so it is. Amen. So I do have a few announcements about some upcoming things. First of all, we do have some exciting things happening beginning in October. As I said, you will hear next week more information about Reverend Elizabeth's class, but it is a 4-week class on Thursdays from 6:30 to 8, beginning on the 6th, Mastering the Art of Presence. And we will get the details to that and have sign-up sheets available starting next Sunday if you'd like to be part of that. And she did say that each class is its own contained experience with a particular theme, so if you could only make one or two or some of them, you are welcome to do that. And that will only be available in person. We do not have the capability. We apologize to stream that. Also starting in October on the 6th, Michael Lindquist, and his wife Deborah Sandberg are going to be teaching a class on Tai Chi, which is an art of meditative movement. It was taught here for many years by Don Yuso until his health did not allow him to do so. And so Michael and Deborah are trained instructors. So they're going to begin that as a Thursday morning class at 10:30 a.m. On days when the weather supports it, it will be outside in the 12 Powers Garden under the trees or in the Love and Light Center. But it's simply a series of movements and stretching. So all levels are welcome, and that's for a love offering. And that will be an ongoing class beginning the early Thursday. And we also are going to be starting back by popular demand with our full moon drumming experiences that we started over this summer, and we're going to kick those back in. We've already picked out the dates all the way through January. So Friday, October 7th is going to be the October experience, and Jewel Kachera is going to be at the lead, and Ali Nieves supports that event as well. So that's open to everyone to have a beautiful experience, and the weather's going to cooperate even more and more every month for that experience with us. So lots of great things happening. And this coming Saturday from 10 until 1 o'clock, I am leading the membership retreat experience, which is open to anyone and everyone. See, if you're worried about missing me, you can come Saturday and spend half the day with me. But it is, if you're interested in becoming a member, participation in this retreat is required, but it's also open if you'd just like to know more about Unity and what we teach, more about our church. It's a time of fellowship and connection. We do a beautiful tour out in the gardens. You learn some of the fascinating and at times hilarious pieces of our church history, and lunch is provided for that. So we hope you'll join us. There is a sign-up sheet out by the prayer table. If you are planning to come, please sign up and let us know if you have any dietary restrictions. But this is a free event open to anyone that would like to connect and learn a little bit more about Unity this coming Saturday, and then we will have our special ceremony to welcome in our new members during next Sunday's service. So those are just some of the many things. Is Voices of Joy coming back soon? Do we know a date yet?
We don't know a date yet, but it'll probably be sometime in early October.
Wonderful. Our Voices of Joy Choir will resume rehearsals and performances, so that's open to anyone who has a love for music and a heart that wants to sing. So Jamie will let you know more about that. What about them?
People keep opening them and we're shutting.
Oh, yes, thank you. We are no longer propping open the main doors that lead into the restrooms. So we can just leave those main restroom doors closed as per usual. We did that way, way, way long ago, and we no longer have a need to do that. So you can just leave the main bathroom doors. You can close your stall doors, please. But leave those main doors open. And just with a little tick to that, just a reminder as we move into winter, also known around here as football season. Please, as always, have the loving, wonderful courtesy and gift to your church family. If you do not feel well in any way, shape, or form, please stay home and watch us online. Just don't come and share your little sneezies and snufflies and any of those things. Just stay home and have a wonderful, quiet day at home and do that, because that way we can keep ourselves healthy and well all the way going forward. So I think that's all. All right, so we have some beautiful children I see that are excited to come in and join us. So let's sing in the children with Boom Diata.
I love the seashells, I love the sandy beach, I love the shark's teeth, I love the manatees, I love the whole world, and all its sights and sounds. Boom diata, 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 boom diata. I love fellowship. fellowship. I love to co-create. I love the Christ light. I love to meditate. I love the whole world. It's such a brilliant place. Boom-de-yada, 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 boom.
Thank you so much. If you know someone that wasn't here today, you can feel free to share with them, or you may want to encourage them to go onto our archives and watch the message itself to hear it just from me about our upcoming plans, but feel free to share this. So please, and God's Cafe is open for a delicious and magnificent lunch, and thank you, Jewel. Our spiritual care team members, anyone wearing a blue prayer shawl, they will be waiting up here at after the service. If any of you have need of prayer, they will also be in other places in God's Cafe. Please don't leave with anything heavy on your heart. Please speak with them for personal prayer before you go. Thank you, Jewel, for reminding me. Let's stand now, join hands, and close with the peace song and the prayer for protection.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our Father, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen.